how important is word count? Well, that depends on the context, the genre, the purpose of your writing. If you're writing an article for a magazine and the editors commissioned you to write a 1,000-word article, well, he knows that 1,000 words is what they usually need to fill the space that they've got in the magazine. So if you send him 500 or you send him 1,500, then he's got a lot of work to do to make it fit. If you send him more or less 1,000, then he's going to be able to do the final tweaks that will make it fit the exact space. So when it comes to that, that's important. You need to look at that quite seriously. But if you're writing for a competition and the competition says stories of 1,000 words or up to 1,000 words, that doesn't mean you have to write every one of those 1,000 words. If your story is told in 800, well, it's told. You don't need to pad it. You don't need to add that extra 200 just because it's going to cost you the same, whether you write 800 or 1,000. Stop when your story's told. But if it takes 1,050, you're going to have to do some trimming if you want to enter that competition, because those numbers are usually absolute cut-off maximums. And however good the story is, you may not even get it read if you overgo the number of words that you include. And if you can't tell your story in less than 3,000 words, you just really need to find a different kind of competition, because it's not going to get looked at all. So it's going to depend on the context, but you need to be aware of the number of words that you're using to tell your story. The important thing, though, is don't pad. If you've only got 500 words that you need to use, that's not a subject that you can be sending to a 1,000-word article. And I'd also say 500's pretty short for a competition that says up to 1,000 words. It may work, but if it's like 200 or 300 and you say that's it, done and dusted, that's all I need, chances are you should be looking for a flash fiction competition that is looking at that sort of limit, because that's not the normal length of a short story. So be a little aware of those word counts. They do matter.